So, I've been gone for a month, and this definitely isn't a situation I thought I'd be coming back to, but since I have some time left over from school, I'll give my quick 2 cents on this situation. So for anyone that's not in the loop, I'll give a brief rundown. A YouTuber by the name of Ohmwrecker has come out with allegations, keyword allegations, about one of his old friends slash fellow YouTubers, H2O Delirious. These allegations, for the most part, revolve around Delirious being baited into a call by assumed underage fan, but at the time of scripting this video, the age of said underage fan has yet to be actually confirmed. This call mentioned dates back around 9 years ago, however, Ohm has decided to bring it to the public eye. Normally, one would assume Ohm is doing something good for the community. Oh, he's taking down another creep that's been left unchecked, right? Well, that's where the issues begin to surface. Ohm is very well known for being a former member of 2 separate YouTube groups, with the main focus of this story involving the Vanoss crew, with YouTubers such as Basically I Do Work, Terrorizer, and I Am Wildcat. However, a couple of years ago, Ohm was kicked out of this group due to being a frequent drama starter, an overreactor, and overall backstabber. I'd like to go into full detail, however, my time schedule will not allow me to do so, so I'll be recommending you to go check out these videos on the topic. I'm sure they're more helpful than this one. Once Ohm was out of the group, it would be easy to assume that he'd gain a sort of grudge for this group of content creators. And that's why whenever he has the chance to, he tries to effortlessly dunk on them on Twitter to little to no success. Looping back to present day, it's quite apparent that the resentment still holds up, given his involvement in past dramas surrounding the group and this one in present day. This all started when Ohm and Keemstar hopped onto an episode of Drama Alert to make this situation public. Of course, before any real evidence were provided. This video was the quintessential example of a flop, with some of the chunks of the video being horribly cut multiple times to the point where most conversations would end abruptly before seeming to change topics out of nowhere. Whilst also in the video, it's very apparent that Keem is doing his best to spin the story in order to make it seem as if the entire group is exchanging nudes with their underage fans.
I just find it strange that there's this group, this very successful group of gamers, right, that have been making this content for years. I mean, people love them. Like, when I DM'd H2O last night on Twitter, people responded, be like, oh, please do not be bad. Like, this is my childhood. Like, don't mess with this, right? Yeah. People love these guys. But this group, like, you know, you have these allegations against Louis, you have these allegations against Mini Lad. Like, how deep is this, right? You know, if the stuff about H2O is true, is real, you know, that's 3 in the group. And then, and if that's real, then Basically Do Work set him up, which is also horrible. And who was it? Executioner? Or
Executioner.
Yeah, okay. So it's like, that's like 5 people in the group. Like,
well, yeah, well, and look at, I mean, there's even screenshots with Wildcat engaging Breland when she was 17, saying really inappropriate stuff. I mean, you could see signs that, in my opinion, it's grooming.
Which, by the way, is fucking false, but Keem wouldn't say this publicly. I want it to be known now that while Keemstar has the tag of allegations in his title, it doesn't really help the situation when he's trying to pile on with even more allegations that don't make fucking sense to begin with. Now, moving on, once the video went public, Twitter had a field day, ripping into both Keemstar and Ohm. Eventually, word got around to Delirious, who went on to post a tweet longer explaining his side of the story, where it's revealed that Basically I Do Work sent a girl to bait him into doing what he was hoping to be a face reveal, but the conversation quickly turned sexual and the rest was history. Basically himself admitted to this fact, and while it was a shitty thing to do, let me point out, both him and Delirious seems to have no real ill will against each other to a certain degree. Despite this fact, Ohm and Keem would continue to push the narrative of them being right. Keem, of course, would begin spewing off statements on Twitter claiming that the things said in Drama Alert were proven true, despite that not even being the fucking case whatsoever. Ohm, on the other hand, swapped between doing damage control and playing the offensive. YouTuber TJV was able to get a hold of Ohm for an interview where it's quite apparent that Ohm was trying to cover his ass and pull out multiple victim cards. If you want to watch the full interview, I'll be providing the link in the description. However, be warned, it is 4 hours long and at some points things get a little bit heated. At the time of making this video, Ohm has gone radio silent on his Twitter, and his channel is bleeding subscribers by the minute. Alright. So get this, right? At the time of editing this video, Ohm made a tweet trying to promote an email that he had gotten that claimed to be a victim of Delirious, and he tried pushing it as a true statement for these allegations. However, this email was immediately proven false by the same person that sent the email to Ohm in the first place. Ohm essentially got baited into a fake email. And the best part, it's the best part, right? He immediately follows it up by saying that was reckless and uncalled for. Reckless and uncalled for. I'm sorry. Oh, this man's down. This man's down horrendously. I'm sorry. Oh, you can't write this shit. So, what are my thoughts on this? Not that it matters, but I do believe while at the beginning the allegations had some merit, they're immediately debunked, and therefore I couldn't really take them seriously. To me, Ohm is just holding a strong grudge to his old friends that got tired of his shit. So now he's doing whatever he can to keep them cancelled and deplatformed. This guy has shown on numerous occasions that he doesn't want to squash any underlying beef publicly. He's gone out of his way to make any sort of problems that he's had with the group public, and I doubt this will be his final act. All I see is a butthurt man-child trying to sell some non-existent score with a group of people that saw past this bullshit and kicked him out of the gaming troupe. Honestly, he should have gotten a better gaming chair. I'd say one of my main problems with this was the fact that Keemstar seems to have gotten a pass for this, despite the fact that he pushed these false allegations and tried selling the idea that he was right the whole time, when he clearly wasn't fucking right at all and didn't have any necessary information needed. The fact that his credibility isn't effectively shot at this point is surprising to me, but of course it's Keemstar, so gotta take everything with a grain of salt, right? If you're looking for more information, I suggest going to TJV's channel. He's gone through great lengths getting the information that he's providing, and also that's where the interview is. He is much more well versed in the situation than I am. Link in the description. In conclusion, fuck Twitter, I'm going to bed. I'll see you guys next month. I hope this video isn't crap, but it probably will be.